Take you through the control functions of the 340 AJ. So I'll just point and talk through each position. So this is the base control emergency stop. This is the 3-position key switch. The position that it's in currently is the off position. Blue is for basket and purple is for base. So you just turn it to the position that you need, usually basket. The next function down is the boom extension. This one here is your main boom, your Z boom or knuckle boom, raising and lowering. This one here is your slewing from the base. This one here is your jib boom or your fly boom. This one here is your basket rotation, and this one is your basket tilt. So if you need to tilt the basket up and down, use that function there. This button here, holding it in the down position, enables the function from the base. So this, in combination with another switch, will perform a function. The up position, that one there with the arrow, indicates the engine on or start button. So you turn the key to base and then make sure your e-stop is out and you can start the machine up. This is the basket control functions, so I'll just talk you through them from left to right. So on the top left here we have our mode and speed select. So up the top we have flat ground rabbit, the middle one is flat ground turtle, and the bottom one is rough terrain rabbit. So for your fastest mode you put it on flat ground rabbit, and when you're on a bit of a pickle you can use your rough terrain. Generally leave it in rough terrain for all uses that we tend to do. Carrying on with the top, the next one is the basket tilting, so up and down is this switch here. We have a horn fitted to the basket. I'll skip this control panel for now. We've got the platform emergency stop in its on position. This button here is the start button. There is also another function which we'll talk through in a minute about emergency procedures. And then this one here is the unlock for a basket slew. So when a machine is slewed in its natural position, it's fine. As soon as you step out past a certain envelope, the machine will cut out. You need to move the boom past a certain position and be able to drive it. You need to hold that position on to accept the risk that your boom might be facing backwards. Back to the left hand side, this one here to the left and right controls the slew of the main tower, and this one in its up and down function controls the main primary boom. Further left to the right we have the speed selection, so this one is just a wind up dial from turtle to rabbit. Next one here is the basket rotation from left to right, so you can turn your basket to a full 90 degrees. This one here is your secondary boom, which will give you your maximum height. Your next one here is your jib boom or your fly boom, and this is just a simple up and down function. Then your final switch over here is the boom extension and retraction, so that one there will do that for you. And then you have this control stick here, where both of these control sticks you have to pull the base up for them to operate, so they won't actually move unless you pull that silver tab there up. Steering controls, you pull this up, push it in the direction that you want, and the two buttons on the top control your left and right. Down on the bottom here we have the foot pedal. The foot pedal acts as your master switch. If you don't have that engaged, none of the functions will work. If we come up to this warning light system up here, it does have a fuel gauge. It's not entirely accurate. Always check it with eye level as well. We have a foot pedal indicator to indicate whether a foot pedal has been engaged or not, and we have a rough terrain sensor that will illuminate if you're on too much of an angle. If for whatever reason you come into a position where the operation cuts out on you and the machine starts to alarm, simply reverse the last action that you did, or bring the boom down as much as you can and reset yourself and reposition the machine. The machine up to a certain height, and we're going to practice the emergency lowering procedures from the basket itself. So I'm going to take the platform control e-stop off. This button up here, which is the on button, I'm going to turn that on and take the machine up to some height. For whatever reason the machine is cut out on us, and we are unable to operate the machine for whatever reason. Pop the e-stop off, you can hear a little slight alarm starting. Now your on-off switch, the up position turns the machine on, the down position engages an emergency valve. Hold that down, put your foot on the pedal on the master switch, and control the function that you need to control. That is the emergency bleed down procedure from the basket. Procedures from the base controls. So let's say you've got, we'll just take the machine up to height. Alright, so your mate's gotten stuck up in the air and we need to bring him down. Make sure the e-stop is out. Change the control over to base control, being the purple one, because your mate will have it up on the blue function. So we need to take it to base controls. Your on-off switch, up position is turning the machine on, down position is engaging an emergency bypass. Hold that emergency bypass down and the function that you require to lower. The machine has now been safely lowered from the base.